Welcome. Today we're going to be diving into the history of robotics, VEX robotics to be specific, and how it came to be. Through this, we'll be going through many different aspects, going through the early years and how it came to develop in the first point, the very major milestones along the way, and the current impact it has on our lives today, with the impact on education. With the early years in the formation of VEX robotics, it started with focused around this kind of STEM outlook upon education, wanting to bring more impactful study into the world. And by doing this, a group of different university students decided that they wanted to become involved with something that like engineering. And one of them, Dr. David T. Hall, and along with some of his colleagues, went to developed VEX robotics, of which they created the first modular kit made of plastic at the time in order to piece together and work on creative solutions to engage the youth. This goes further as they began to become engaged with regional aspects, working with nearby schools and within small communities and testing it out as almost a prototype. And through it, they learned a lot and are able to work with cooperation and boost confidence of any student participating, along with getting teachers who were happy to be a part of it. There's also some tournaments as well that they set up regionally as they started to test out and find their footing. And they decided that every year they would change to a different design in order to engage each student in a different way. That way they have to always be unique to themselves rather than following along in the footsteps of those before. As the notable milestones in the path which they've been taking, there is how they begin to become more connected, growing across the United States and connecting with other towns and people. And while doing this, they engaged a lot of teachers, professors, and other people to become engaged with the students themselves rather than just the students in order to build a better connection. More than this, though, we also learned very impactful skills such as coding, engineering, and just problem solving, along with cooperation, which creates a huge environment to work towards a better life. And this is shown clearly through the youthful engagement with the topic and how quickly this grew and spread across the region, which continued to do so even globally, spreading across and building up into something really unique. This goes further into the current impact of VEX robotics today, which seats itself in the school life of many different students and is spread all over the world, incorporating technology in a new way. And while doing this, there have been many different ways that it's shown up in students' lives, boosting cooperation in new ways. And this is also shown up in many different ways and grown, such as tournaments that are getting larger and larger, even the World Championship, engaging globally with all different people and showing the brains across the world and how they take on the challenges. And this goes further as these students eventually graduate and become interested with almost a head start on the STEM fields, such as technology, science, engineering, or mathematics. Whatever. And they continue to do so, often with this technology even going in to help with the medical field, with the different technology created and looked into and just how quickly it grows. And all these different parts as well go into manufacturing, and it's just evolving the industry as a whole into becoming a better producer for all people, not just anybody engaged directly with the extracurricular activity, which of course even helps diversity by spreading this across the world and engaging with cooperation, even granting grants to people for college and everything like that, and allowing people access to stuff they wouldn't have had access to before. This started as a grassroots activity and has grown into something wonderful. with these ideas spreading across many different people in unique ways and unlocked paths to places they would have never seen before, which this just has done a lot to really spread across the world to people. And that is all we've learned. We've learned about the milestones we've come across, the beginnings of robotics, and the current impact today.